And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Yay! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. How are you guys doing today?
Are you talking to me?
Everyone.
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I'm great.
We're all so polite.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I tell everyone, I was like, oh my God, 6 years of secrets. I kept secrets for 6 years, and now it's
that's
like,
so hard.
no more secrets, everyone. Here we
Oh
go.
God, that must have been so hard. I know. And you had all the secrets. You had all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single secret there could have been, you had it.
Exactly. That's really
All
hard.
the ones that didn't happen, all the ones that did.
The ones that could have happened.
Yeah,
Should have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
exactly.
That's so
Awesome.
cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you guys joining us live, I will give everybody a chance to introduce themselves, who we all are. As you can see, I am joined by a very special someone as well. So we'll give the floor. We'll start at left to right. We'll start with Kimberly, your name, what you do in the show, and then we'll start with some, chit chat, and then we'll get on with the watch party. So Kimberly, take it away.
Hello, I'm Kimberly. And I voice Sky. And
Nice.
that's pretty cool. I don't know what else to say.
Awesome. Great. Alrighty, and next.
I'm Amanda. I'm one of the writers of the show and the co-executive producer of season 2.
And the keeper of secrets.
And the keeper of secrets, no longer. All secrets exposed. Well, actually, that's a lie. Elijah, I'm going to let you tell everyone about that, but since you guys haven't seen the end yet.
Oh, yeah,
we've not
that's
seen.
right.
Yeah, we've not seen.
Yeah,
no spoilers.
Yeah,
guys.
I was gonna bring that up next. Hold on. Well, do your little intro, baby.
Oh, hi. Hi. I go by Moscow. I'm WeeLassReacts on the internet. I'm here with my girlfriend, and just to help. And I'm so excited to be here.
Yay. And then
I'm Katy, and I play Maddie in Arcane Season 2.
Hey.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. We love you.
I feel like Moscow's stealing my thunder though, because she's like a real life Maddie. She's a real life cutesy. How dare you?
She's adorable. She has the freckles and everything too. It's so cute.
Everything. It's cute.
Okay, so yes, as Amanda mentioned earlier, so for those of you watching, because there was a little bit confusion about the last one, some people thought I hadn't reacted to it yet. We got up super early this morning. We actually both recorded both of our reactions to episode 7 and 8. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to do the actual episode 9 finale for either of us, so we're gonna film that after the live stream. So we just ask that you guys don't spoil anything in the chat for episode 9, but anything episode 7 and 8, feel free. Also, stay tuned on the channels and Patreons. We will be dropping the actual reaction. So everyone here has seen this episode because we will be watching episode 8 today. The person who hasn't though, and who's going to be doing an actual fresh reaction is Kimberly.
Yay.
Yeah, this is her first time watching it. So do you have any ideas, like any theories, what you're looking forward to?
Oh man, I knew you were going to ask me that. I got nothing. I'm just excited to be here.
Is there anything
participate?
You would like to see?
I don't have good answer for that. I'm sorry. I'm not honestly, full disclosure, I'm not completely caught up yet. So that's why I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah.
I think a lot of people in the chat are mentioning the same thing. So it'll be an experience for everyone. So maybe Kimberly, we kind of talked a little bit last week about how we joined the show. Would you want to tell us like how you joined the show? I know that I sort of invented your character for my episode 5 in season 1, and then we kind of found sometimes when you're doing like guest star roles you think might only be in one episode or something, they end up finding more life in the series, and that's what we did for your character.
I know.
We really found so much more life and use for that. And, so maybe just tell us like how you started, how you joined the project. And
yeah. Okay. I think I did it the old fashioned way. I think I auditioned. I think, right? Didn't I? And
how long ago was this for you?
It's like a lifetime
6 years
ago. Yes.
6 years.
That's why I can't remember anything. So yeah, that was I just was really excited about it, and I could sense that this was going to be like a really big deal because it was like the first like animated project, I think, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, this is the first sort of like any adaptation of the League of Legends lore.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and just like the kind of the first series that Fortiche animation studio had done, even though they had done really successful music videos before. So.
Right, exactly. So I knew I was a part of something that was cool and cutting edge, and so yeah, I remember it was maybe I even had a couple of auditions, and we recorded in a bunch of different studios. I feel like I remember the first studio, and then we were somewhere else. But
it's a rigorous audition process.
It is.
To join the cast.
But luckily, I made it through, and just really, I don't know, just a cool character to get to voice, and I don't know, I'm excited and anticipating what's going to happen.
I think, you know, it kind of became very important to us to like find a voice for like the hope that Victor kind of felt like he was losing. And so that's what we put in your character. Is there any like that, how did you like tap into like that sort of optimism and hope that she has?
I felt like it was the sessions were just really like the direction was really good, and there was a lot of information. There was a lot of backstory on these characters, and so it makes it a lot easier to jump into something where you have all that information. And I remember it was more like a theatrical. It was, you know, it feel like very real and natural, and I like that kind of acting, so you know, the opposite of what I'm usually doing in animation. So it was really fun. It was a really fun process. I from what I remember, because it was so long ago.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this will maybe be a surprise for you to see, you know, the fate of your character yet again.
It will be. Like, I'm so excited. It's great.
Oh yeah. But it's a great episode.
It's a very good
episode. Just cinema.
I like
the
that.
chat is, you know, just loving Amanda, and I can't imagine why. No, so it's gonna be a good time. So Kimberly, when we watch it, by the way, like, feel free to speak out whenever you'd like. If there's anything you ever want to, like, if there's a scene you want to really dive into, like if there's like a special story, we can save those for after and do like long discussions. But like, feel free, if you're seeing something, just be like, oh my god, you know, like, no way. You can, you know, chat. Like, it's a fun time. And these guys have already done it last time. They got the gist of it. But if there's anything else you guys would like to talk about first, though, before we get into it, definitely, like, Amanda, if there's anything else you want to go over or bring up, anything about 7, you know, or do you want to wait till after? Let me know.
I think let's like dive in, and we can, you know, again, I think for people who have watched episode 7, that's such a labor of love for me. We can talk about that more afterwards too.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And then, we get a puppy to join us. Yeah.
It's like the opposite of Bella. Yeah. Oh my god. What's the puppy's name?
Her name's Pebbles. Say hi, Pebbles.
Hi, Pebbles.
You're a star.
I've just met you for 5 seconds and I already love you.
Yeah, she's pretty sweet. Sorry, I don't know why she just ran over here, but okay. She wanted to be on camera.
Valid. She wanted her 5 seconds of fame. Absolutely.
She wanted her, yeah.
All righty. So I think we've given people enough time to hop on. We have about 2,000 people watching right now.
Wow.
Great,
yeah, so this is great. All right, so now comes the part, guys. If you watching at home, you want to sync this up with us, I also asked you ladies, go ahead and sync up your episodes now. I will also grab mine. We are going to be reacting to and watching episode 8 of season 2. If anybody wants to, don't start yet. Okay, there we go.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, same.
Me too.
I'm so ready to relive Masterpiece. So, listen, I am a simple sapphic, okay? I am weak and I'm very simple, okay? All right. I'm a simple woman. All right. Okay. Does everybody have theirs synced up on the chat? Or I mean, on camera right now? You ladies got your...
Oh, hold on. Wait, give me 1 second. Mine's going.
No worries. Take your time.
I'm like obsessed with sync. So all right, now we're ready.
Like, and at what point are we actually starting? Like, what's 0? Is it
0,
is
0,
it the
0,
Netflix?
0, 0. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
we're going all the way to 0, 0, first, and like
mine only
at the
goes
same time.
Mine only goes to 0, 0, 0, 1. What is that all about?
Interesting.
I think you're good. I think
you're
okay.
Good.
All right.
I'll pause for 1 brief second. Okay.
Just a quick click.
Yeah.
Also, Kimberly, you can turn down your sound on yours because we'll be able to hear it through
that's
Elijah's.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To sync for
Is there a mute here? I just mute on my computer.
Then you might not be able to hear us though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can turn it down and the sound down a little bit in the window.
Like on Netflix.
On the Netflix window.
Oh, on my TV.
Yeah.
I'm watching it on my TV.
I forget people have TVs. I'm just watching it on my computer. I don't have a television.
Okay. Oh my God. I just accidentally hit the button. Shoot. I'm seeing the end of Netflix. Okay.
No worries.
I'm ready.
On good.
Here we go.
All right. Are we ready? Everybody thumbs up. You guys good? Good.
Here we go.
Kimberly, you good?
I'm good. I'm at 0, 0.
All right. Everybody in the chat, get ready. We are going to sync in 3, 2, 1. Click.
Yes.
Did it work? Wow. Yeah. All right. I got my snacks. I'm gonna sit in the chair.
Yo.
Let's go. Beautiful.
Oh my God, you guys, keeping Mel's secret for 6 years was the hardest one to keep.
Oh my God.
I couldn't even talk about her because we had to spoil whether or not she lived or not, the council room. So it was like I couldn't say one word about Mel for 3 years.
Oh my God. So hard.
Dude, her design is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I mean, it already was, but like
The art is now even more arty.
the art is priceless.
So beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah, I know you guys have probably seen in this, but they worked in season 2 with like Fenty, Rihanna's company, in order to help design her makeup and wardrobe in the season, which is just like a really cool collaboration.
That is cool.
One of you.
That's Fenty right there.
Yeah.
Expressions. Yours is quite rare.
Yo, you tripped me out with this. I was like, she's back.
Themselves and bend their magic. Conduit and a mirror. What does that make you? Even now you hide your true face behind illusions. Truth is the greatest illusion of them all.
There she is, everybody.
I was curious. We saw a snippet of that trailer.
Whoa.
For the gifted, arrogance is the ultimate threat.
It's LeBlanc.
As marriage.
Oh my God.
Another secret, deep secret I wasn't allowed to tell.
So cool though, man. What a reveal.
Where is my brother?
What a reveal.
His fate wasn't among your mother's lies.
You killed him. I gave Ambessa every opportunity to atone for her transgressions. She chose pride over the progeny. But you need not bear her crimes.
Ugh.
Wow.
Tess, this whole charade. You want to recruit me. Your talents develop quickly. It's no coincidence.
So
The
cool.
Arcane is waking up. What has my mother done?
About that.
Calamity is approaching.
That was the sort of premise of the series, by the way, that the Arcane would be waking up in our series. So that was something we finally got to say in this episode.
Really cool.
Have founded.
Agreed.
We can't afford another failure. This is what you see in me? A silver bullet?
Yep.
I see salvation of your city, countless others beyond. She's my mother. For all her faults, she has always done what she thought was best for the family. Your brother thought so too, until he uncovered her secret. Your birth The entire course of your life was no accident. She hid you because you are that which she covets most. A weapon.
Ooh. I was like, was that your line? No. It was good. It was good.
From which you'll find there is sadly no return. Those untouched by the arcane fear us.
What is this?
Welcome to your future.
Ah.
This could be important.
I haven't seen what that does yet. I'm assuming we'll see that in the finale.
Oh yeah.
See you.
Ah.
Place for a solitary mage. Sister.
So beautiful. Look at it. Wow. Stunning.
So freaking pretty.
We're not skipping intro, right?
No. We have to keep it for the sync.
Yeah. Yeah, no
Also,
pausing.
I don't think I could ever watch this enough, even though I must have seen it.
I love the intro. The music is so good. It's everything.
I've loved all the little changes that you've been putting in one frame that we've been having to go through frame by frame to find.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yay!
Hey!
It's a catchy tune.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, there's my hair everywhere now. Oh yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah, him.
I got theories about him. I got theories. I don't know if they'll be answered in the finale yet, though. We haven't gotten there. Anytime Amanda smirks, I'm just suspicious anyway.
Well, I thought I would be liberated from my secrets, but I have to hold the finale a little bit longer for you guys.
True.
So sorry. This dude is so unhinged.
I regret I couldn't save him. His injuries were too severe.
We do not lament a warrior's death. We avenge it. What of their herald?
The blood should sustain Victor for a short while. Beyond that, it is up to his own will.
You promised a cure to death.
An outcome dependent on Victor's survival.
That's
Your ingenuity deserves praise, Victor.
It's so creepy.
I am grateful. The world I now see is more.
Wow.
Oh, there's Kimberly.
Ah!
You can inhabit your followers.
We are one. This is the glorious evolution. What could have been? I sense my twilight approaching. An anomaly festers beneath the hex gates. I believe it has the capacity to complete the Doctor's transformation.
Oh my God, it's so
How
beautiful.
you can
It is.
evolve others.
In theory, but Jace's attack has done its work. I do not have the strength to overcome the defense he will raise against me.
I will deliver you to this anomaly. If you agree to empower every soldier I bring you.
I will evolve all those willing.
Even Sky's like, what?
I know.
He's waking up.
Not okay, my dude. Not okay.
Not okay.
No.
Yeah. I think with Victor though, it was for him, it was always like he always has the right reason for doing something, and it just gets more and more and more wrong over the course of the series what he's actually doing, you know?
Oh, Isha! How dare you
yes.
guys. Oh, that was cold. That was cold, man. No.
Yeah, so the way she overloads the gun intentionally with the 3 marbles is, again, another parallel to how Powder overloaded, you know, and killed Vander again in the, you know, in season 1. So that was a parallel that was really important for us in order
my God, that's so cool.
affect the arc of Jinx's arc.
It was effective. It was.
Where are the others?
Nice.
Kate.
Place to wake up.
Jinx.
I think what's different though is that Isha did it intentionally. It was her choice, and you know, it was for Powder. It was an accident, so it is kind of like a reframing of that past trauma.
Kind of like a redemption of it too, like a little redo.
Maybe we can negotiate. Not with Ambessa. I saw it in her eyes.
Oh.
She will burn Piltover to the ground for my betrayal.
I'm staying quiet.
Yourself. I don't need consolation. I need a plan.
Sorry, Maddie.
Yeah.
Arrested?
Oh!
Yeah, get out, Maddie.
Old relationship drama.
So
Can I just say though, Caitlin's new look, this ponytail thing with the
calm down for one. Never
Fabulous.
We'll
Fucked
never
me
know,
up.
will we? You didn't let me in on that part of your plan. Clearly the right call, since you still can't trust her enough not to shove her in a box. Trust? You believe I'm so daft I can't recognize a contingency?
Oh.
She wasn't there for my benefit. She was there because you didn't trust me to follow through.
Girlfriends are
Can
fighting.
you blame me? How long were you sidled up with that shifty, self-serving war pig? She oinked poison in your ear and you just ate it. I know.
Ooh, the tension. You cut it with a knife.
The only thing she was thinking about was getting you to safety. Then she just surrendered. I didn't even have time to think before they hauled her off. She's being held in the bunker while I decide what to do.
It's a nice one.
I was waiting for you to recover. Kate, she's changed. We can't erase our mistakes. None of us. Who decides who gets a second chance?
Is that one of yours too?
No, that's Christian's line. That was, again, sort of his driving force of this series and this second season is he, you know, that was the question we always asked ourselves from the start of the series. And Christian was like, that's what this scene is about to him.
That was good. These last couple episodes had some really good lines, man. You guys like knocked it out.
That's sort of the great thing about when you get to the end of the series. If you've set up all of this stuff, then you know this is us just landing all the things we set up. You know, I think this scene is very indicative of that.
I know.
It's awesome.
There are no happy endings.
I feel so sorry for her.
Is that all you have to say for yourself? There won't be a trial. I'm giving you this one chance to account for your actions, all the pain you've caused. No amount of good deeds can undo our crimes.
I was glad she said our. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciated that.
Do what you came here to do.
Oh.
Hating you. I've hated myself. I just don't have the energy for it any longer.
That's the line I was telling you about. That's like her whole arc in a nutshell.
Oh, wow.
Difference, but
So good.
I didn't know.
Oh. That was nice.
Oh, so nice.
They needed that. Oh. Every time. Oh, hello.
I was so obsessed with that shot, you guys, that overhead shot of seeing the damage, but now understanding that.
Yeah.
No understand.
Understanding that Mel was the one who was able to protect them.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise they all would have died. So.
Oh yeah.
God.
We knew it too. Because her shit glowed right before it happened. I was like, what was that?
Yeah. Cross her back.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Yep. Right there.
Doesn't matter.
Something happened to me too.
You're the reason we didn't die in the attack.
About that.
Apparently.
Yeah.
How long have you known?
It started then. Feelings I couldn't explain. But this, I still don't fully understand.
Why just me? Why not save all of them?
Oh, that's not
It
fair.
wasn't a decision. One moment you're addressing the council and the next we're standing in rubble. I didn't have any greater awareness.
How can I know you aren't lying to me?
Why would you think I am?
Because you used me and Victor for Hex Tech. You
That
called
is
us
true.
Investments.
Two brilliant young inventors who shared a penchant for impossible surprises, carrying magic from myth to machine, rallying the hope and hearts of a nation. You were a wise investment.
I love arguments where you think both characters could be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some iRobot shit.
Yep.
Allow us a moment of civility, Jace.
But yeah, I like when the writers, you guys can understand both points of view, and they both have good points. Yeah.
I love and hate it.
Yeah, love and hate it.
Love
Yeah.
and hate it.
Once benefited from my knowledge of this place.
That was a long time ago.
Had you given me the chance, I would have shown you the merits of my work. Our work.
No, this is your obsession. Everything you've done to these people, you did alone.
I love the fact that this thing is saying quite in full. It's just like male. Yeah.
Perhaps. But I'm alone no longer. I now speak with all their voices.
Say what you came here to say.
Somehow I think you already understand what must transpire to complete my mission. I would prefer to do so in peace. The Noxian has other intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Mother?
Yep. Yeah!
Ah.
So good.
The arcane stirs within you.
Victor, for all our sakes, stay away from the Hex Gates.
Your mind has become rigid, Jace. Fear clouds your judgment. This chain of events started with you. In my confusion, I was unable to reconcile this. But I now understand. The glorious evolution is destined. Let us instead do this once again as partners.
My partner died in this room.
It was my sincere desire to avoid this.
Kill it! Kill it with fire! Kill it with arcane fire! Something in the hook's Right? Yeah! Oh. She is so cool! Yeah!
Oh shoot. Wait, what's your time code? I just accidentally hit the play button.
We're at 1926, 27, 28.
Okay. 1928. Shoot.
29, 31, 32, 33, 34.
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
Oh, she's such a badass.
Ah.
Dude, you held that secret well, Amanda. That was amazing.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh.
I know.
Doctor, you may begin the process.
So it begins.
Oh. The undoing of her hair.
Go away. You're too late.
Oh, it's a hell of a place. It says something about the late Marcus that he found imprisoning your sister to be a greater mercy than killing her.
Killing isn't mercy.
A spark of rebellion still burns inside that husk, I see. No. Killing is a cycle. One that started long before Vanda and me, and it will continue long after the two of you.
That was cool.
I'm done running in circles.
We build our own prisons. Bars forged of oaths, codes, commitments, walls of self-doubt and accepted limitation. We inhabit these cells, these identities, and call them us. I thought I could break free by eliminating those I deemed my jailers. But, Jinx, I think the cycle only ends when you find the will to walk away.
Oof. It was that.
This is one of those scenes where you finally get to tell people what the whole point of the series was to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a big payoff for us. When Silco could, and it was just Silco. Jinx hears the dead and so much, but she couldn't hear Silco this whole season, so it was really important to make that scene the scene where we told you what the series was.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh. I know. Mr. Little baby sister. I know.
You're never gonna give up on me, are you?
No.
Nope.
Hey! You don't have to worry about me anymore. You don't need to feel guilty about being happy.
Oh.
You deserve to be with her.
Oh my god.
There's no good version of me.
Yes, there is.
Aww.
On the last episode.
But see, now we know that's a lie, everybody. We know there is a good version of her that exists because
she looks so good. Did she break something there?
Remember you met her. She was punching the wall in episode 4 in season 1.
But an idiot.
With the crack sound, I was like, Jesus, bye.
You're hurting too.
For as long as I can recall, I have chased the archetype of a Madada. I believed it my calling to merit the blood in my veins. It was all a lie. This blood is alien to me, yet it has dictated the course of my entire life. I'm no more than a passenger, a life I spent in self-pity. Now it's gone. I can never return to it.
Oh, magical now.
I've been confused about a lot lately, but there's one thing I know in my bones. There is no force in this world that can control you.
I love what he says during this scene. It's so good. He's brilliant, yeah.
See, this I got. I was like, okay,
You will never be a passenger.
Yeah, like,
oh.
I love that line.
So good.
So good.
I tell you, like, every 5 minutes, there's like a line where you're like, damn, yeah.
I know. You'll never be a passenger.
That's the like I said, it's the best thing about finally getting to the end is like all the things you set up the whole time. You're just like, and now we get to tell him this, and now we get to tell him that, and now we get to land this.
Just a little cherry on top over each Sunday.
Yeah.
Quiet. Forgive me, but we don't have much time. A storm is coming, the likes of which Piltover, perhaps Runeterra itself, has never faced. This creature infiltrated the very room you're standing in, and we barely survived. Hundreds more are on the way. The Noxian general is leading them. This isn't a fight for ideals or territory. It's a fight for humanity itself. I'm asking, no begging you, every one of you, top side and bottom, to aid us in this coming war.
Let's go.
Yep.
And it will be a war.
Yep. Common enemy.
Now, this isn't a fair request, but it is our only hope. The forces against us are too great. We need every hand we can get.
That's cool.
Yeah, the musician becomes a soldier.
Yeah.
So poetic.
Oh.
We're abandoning the city's outskirts to stage our defense at the Hex Gates, the final bastion of our salvation. If you choose to flee, don't stop running.
I love that
choosing to fight.
little training sequence.
Yeah.
And I pray that you will join me.
Let's go.
They're all gonna come back. It's gonna be a massacre.
I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
It's gonna be so many people dead.
Oh. It's like the Titanic. Oh. That's so hard.
Yeah.
So much care went into designing
so
the characters, the outfits, the props, the sets. This
gorgeous. So
like acceleration gate, you know, like there's just so much love and care and attention to detail went into this. You know, even like this character Gert, who you saw in episode 7, has like a recurring through line now, you know, and it's subtle and small, but it just they're just really powerful, and like the more you rewatch it, the more you catch these details.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
So it really is. It's unbelievable.
The details always make it. We're always just like, damn, it's just it all means something.
You know, and like this character Steb that was on the strike team, he doesn't have any lines in the show, but you have to like remember that because his little like eye things are so expressive, and like just the character design and the care and effort that went into that animation. You're like, you just know what he's thinking. He doesn't need words.
Yep. Yeah. It's great. Oh, we got some people in the chat saying Steb is their favorite. Oh, that's cool.
Oh. Sorry, baby.
A lot of cupcakes in the chat. Wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. Craving cupcakes. Here we go.
Oh.
This is another parallel callback where same two shots, right? That we saw in episode 4 when we met her.
Yep.
Every time, I'll just shut up. I'll tell you.
No, please shut up.
I was an idiot to trust her. I went behind your back. I choose wrong every time. And because of it, I lost everyone.
I'm sapphic for this. Yeah.
You really think I needed all the guards of its mates?
Oh my god.
Sorry to say, you've grown a bit predictable.
Shoes are so bad. There it goes. Yeah!
Here we go! Here we go! Yes!
Whoa!
Someone.
We don't care. Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah!
Yes!
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Maddie, for making that so good. Yeah!
Oh, the music is so good. So good.
Oh my god.
You see how this is my favorite song? It's so easy.
I freaking knew it. I was like, you said that.
So
I did it.
It's mine too.
Ah, the reveal is so beautiful.
Oh.
So pretty.
Oh god.
Oh.
This is great.
Ah, I swoon. Oh, so good. So good. I love that. I love the fumbling and the giggling. That's so realistic. So realistic.
Yes! Finally! The tattoo for everyone to see. Thanks for the perfect moment, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oof.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa.
Whoa.
So good. Woo! Cupcakes for everyone. Yay!
Gonna need a cold shower after that.
Yeah.
Drink of water for that one.
Oh yeah, where's that water? Shit. Suddenly got thirsty.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so again, like I've said before that like action scenes need to reveal something about characters, so do sex scenes. Like even all those little details and moments that you mentioned, those are beats that reveal who these characters are, and you know something new about them that you didn't at the beginning of the scene.
I love it. So freaking good. You guys put so much thought into it.
I know.
Sorry, I got water up my nose and shut up.
Careful.
Droning in sapphic.
Yeah.
I know about the Black Rose. You know a facade. They're nothing but lies. You taught me the best lies come wrapped in truth. What really happened to Kino?
Your brother was struck with curiosity. He got caught in their web and with every action grew more deeply entangled.
So you let him die?
Ooh! I carried him in my belly, nursed him from my bosom. He was all the sweetness in my heart. For that they took him, carved into me a wound that will never close. I pray you never suffer the agony of being forced to forsake one child to save another.
You should have come to me.
You'd have made the impossible intolerable. I did what you could not. For you, for the family.
Piltover has nothing to do with your feud. Board your boats. Leave our shores. I will join you. We can avenge Kino together.
Yep.
This is more than vengeance, child. These mages dangle over our heads a sword that impales us should we rise too high. Their very nature violates the most core of Noxian principles, that every one of us is equal on the battlefield, that through cunning, sweat, and skill,
she just like,
we shape our destiny. The fact you've come to parley for your friends' lives prove you still lack the wrath necessary to defeat an enemy like the Rose. I found another way.
Oh, that grin, man. That little smirk. Ugh.
Imagine, child, an army that need never fear death.
Yikes!
Yes, terrifying.
Yikes! Bruh!
What have you done, Mother?
That's a great question.
What hasn't she done, man?
Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. What are you up to now?
Yep.
You may begin the process.
There it goes. What happened? Oh.
Very well.
Oh, poor Vander. That shit hurt, Amanda. That last of that shit hurt. We had 5 seconds. We had 5 seconds of happiness.
Goodbye.
Aw,
There you are.
lovely.
Sky.
So pretty.
For your company in my solitude, Miss Young.
Oh.
I will miss our talks.
No.
No. You won't.
Damn.
Goodbye, Victor's humanity.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Literally.
Oh my God, that was intense.
This song and just the music. I mean,
I was like, Singe, you're freaking insane, dude. Oh, the way it was like burning away.
Oh my God, the artistry in this.
He's
It's like
losing
watercolors.
Yes, and he's losing himself.
I know. Oh.
Oh. Bye, Vander.
Last thing you remember.
It doesn't hurt me any less, you guys, just so you know. I know that I've done my job well when I am also equally hurt at losing these characters again.
Did it well, man. You just did
And
well.
I've known their fates for so long, and it still gets to me.
It's hard, man.
Ah.
I know. Let it go. We gotta let it go, baby.
Wow.
Oh. Oh, God. That full transformation. Oh, here
Oh
comes
my
people
God.
from the game, baby! Final form! Ah. Yep, there he is. Damn. Oh, man. Oh.
That was awesome.
That was incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Jeez, man. Oh, how are we feeling? How is everyone feeling?
Oh my God, that was incredible.
My goodness.
I saw one of the comments, somebody says Dynamaxing Victor, and I just laughed.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That was good.
That was so cool.
Yeah, well, Kimberly, that was your first time seeing it. So what about you?
I know. I'm blown away. I just love the artistry. I love this show. I don't know. I remembered a lot of this stuff, but then I forgot.
Yeah.
So that was just really cool to see it all put together, and obviously from when I had my session. But
I mean, yeah, you knew the lines of dialogue, and I did too. But like the way they envisioned sort of, the void that he had her in, and the just like the effects they add to it, the look to it, and then the way that the music layers on top of that, and you're just, again, I can't help but cry. I've seen it a million times.
It's just when everything comes together. It's it's an experience.
This whole show, like, you can tell just how much like attention to detail was played and everything, even with like the sound effects. Everything is just like so thought through and just adds to it. It's incredible.
It's beautiful.
And the music, all the music is just so perfect. And is it mostly original music? Is it all?
It's all original music.
It's all original.
It's all original music. Yeah. So they have in-house composers, musicians.
They're good.
Who I call them the two Alexes. Alex. But they've worked for years. Like they had already been working for years on the music when I started 6 years ago. So there's just no more care or effort put into music for television ever than this show. And Christian, like I said, is classically trained musician who used to be in a boy band, and like a German boy band, traveled the world giving concerts, helped, he did a lot of music for Riot at the beginning, of League Game, and he just brought all his connections into this, all his knowledge, his passion, his heart into this, in the music, and so did the Alexes. And so it's just, it just, even as much as I like have seen stuff, like most 90% of the stuff I see is with temp music, with temp sound effects, actors' voices and stuff in there. But like, once you see it all together like this, you just can't help but not feel emotion.
And the music and it just plays such a huge part in the overall style and tone and everything. And so when I would go back in for ADR or anything, I don't remember if the music was there. I don't know, but I just seeing it all together and hearing it, and just it's like brilliant. I think it's so good. Yeah.
I've got a confession. I'm like stunned to silence again, because we saw this last night, and Amanda and I were at this screening at the Shrine in Hollywood. And I think it was probably I loved episode 7 so much, and when it got into episode 8, I could feel myself breaking down, and I think I just sobbed for the last 2 episodes. And it's so hard to even articulate how not only what an honor it is to be part of this show, but how in love with this story and these characters I am. And was sitting next to Amanda in the screening, which was such a treat, because I've known you for years now, Amanda, and to be able to feel and experience and share in that with you, and get Amanda was like her own fangirl. She was like, I love that. But your excitement. And I mean, it was just such a powerful moment. So I was so proud of Amanda in that moment. And then just to, and then I went out and had too many drinks with the crews. I'm still like, and now I'm seeing it again for the second time. It's the same emotions over and over again. It captures, that's one of the many amazing things about Arcane. It captures your heart every time, every rewatch is over and over again endlessly. And it's just so powerful. And I'm just deeply moved. So if you see me like,
I think it's the, I've said this before, but we finished writing season 1 before, or season 2 before season 1 came out. So we made season 2 for us, for the things we wanted to see as a creative team in Arcane. What do we want to see? What are the emotional beats we want to see? And then getting to share that with everyone finally after 6 years, you can't help but not be excited when the things you wanted to see other people are cheering and laughing, and like, I always laugh at my own jokes. Otherwise, why would I put them in the show? I always,
they're funny.
They are funny.
Is that like a lot different? Like writing the second season more, was it different than writing the first season, as far as you're saying you got more of what you really wanted to see, as opposed to the first season where you kind of had, I don't know. I was just
in the first season. I mean, the structure of how we wrote it was just a little bit different in terms of like the writing room, and then how we worked with Fortiche. But everybody made the show because we wanted to see these characters come to life before us, you know, because we love video games, because we love this kind of storytelling. Everybody on the creative team, you know, in season 1 and season 2 just got to do, you know, the stories that they wanted to do. We were very empowered and supported by the team at Riot, and eventually at Netflix to do that. So, you know, you are seeing the show that the creative team wanted you to see.
That's why it's so successful, I bet, because it's just like, you know, a different approach, it seems like, to then.
Yeah, and it's something we all poured our hearts and souls into, and that we all can watch 1,000 times and still love. And I think that's the thing about this show that I think makes it special, is how like dense and layered and how much care and effort is put into everything. You know, I've seen it a million times, and every time I see something new or learn something new or feel something new, you know, which I think, you know, it kind of expands that, you know, that experience for you of like watching a show one time, but you can watch it many, many times and still see something or feel something different.
It's definitely going to go down in like history as one of the greatest animated series ever, because it's, I mean, not only with how layered and complicated it is and how like in depth it is and all of that, but also you've got like, it's one of the biggest budgets, I believe, for like an animated show ever. I think somebody had said that online, and I couldn't believe that, but you can see every penny of it in its production. It's incredible.
What I will say to add to that too is sometimes I can only speak, you know, from my perspective as an actor, but sometimes the bigger the budget, the more detached everyone is from the project. That's why as actors, you know, when you work on small indie projects, sometimes they're the most joyful, but somehow that kind of independent, tight-knit familial spirit was captured in such a massive project like this, and that's been one of the most special things about it for me as well.
Definitely comes across.
It's so obvious. It just looks amazing.
Beautiful.
The script, I mean, the story. Yeah. I can't wait to watch it again. I'm going to watch that episode again later.
Yeah. After we get our last one recorded, usually, because my mom always works on Saturdays. So usually when we do our recordings and stuff, then when we wait till she gets home, and then we'll just watch it all over again on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because she loves it too. My mom's so into this show. She's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm like, yeah, it is. Oh,
I know my holidays for the last like 6 years have been showing my family Arcane. So this will be where we finally get to watch it together next week at Thanksgiving. Get to watch it all together. Because my brother remembers like 6 years ago, I showed him the original pilot. Like, oh, I just got this job on this animated show, and here's the original pilot, like where it's with the opening with Silco and all of that before we made the changes. To kind of recenter the show around Vi and Powder and their story, and Vi and Jinx and their story. And so he was like, yeah, I can't wait to see the end with you, Amanda.
That is so cool.
Amazing.
All right. Well, we can open it up to some Q&A now if you guys are down. Or wait, or did you want to discuss some episode 7 stuff first, actually?
I think we can definitely talk about episode 7 if it's in the chat. You know, like maybe we should let people ask Kimberly questions. I don't know how much longer you have here with us.
I have like 5 minutes. Sorry.
Oh, let's get to those questions for Kimberly.
So how about Amanda, you could like mention something about episode 7. We'll let the chat type in their questions. If you guys want to send some in for Kimberly first, she will be hopping off in the next few minutes. So go ahead and send those in now. And then while you guys do that, if Amanda, you wanted to say something about episode 7 or just episode 8, anything else while we collect these real quick for Kimberly.
If you guys, the episode 7 is one that's again like very special to me. You know, I think one of the things that I always remember from watching the pilot, like every time I saw it, there's this shot where when they're doing the heist, Vi sort of gets blasted out of frame, and every single time I was like, what happened there? Like, and I was like, what if Vi did die in that shot? How would our world be different?
That hurt.
And so that was sort of just like me not letting that shot get out of my head ever. Was kind of, I was like, well, if, the anomaly did take them to a parallel world, then that would be the one that I would want to see.
Yeah, that was painful to watch. I was like, really? I was like, why can't we have it all? Like, you can't be here and be happy. I was so mad.
Well, we had to. So we, I think something that we had to pay off for everyone was like, Vi. We'd said at the end of season 1 that Silco didn't make Vi or Jinx. Vi did, right. And so in order to honor that, we could have a world with Powder where there was no Jinx, but there couldn't be a Vi in it.
Oh, that hurts. That's okay. You know what? We'll get back to that. Hi, Kimberly.
We've got
some questions for you before we just cry all over again. No, it was really cool. It was actually really cool to see Powder like that. Like she looked so healthy.
I know.
And it's so happy. I was like,
yeah.
Oh. Okay. So first question comes from Anna Mott. Yeah. Did you get a backstory for Sky when you were voicing her?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you remember it?
Do I remember the backstory? No, but but Amanda does. The backstory. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna be wrong. I know I'm gonna be wrong, but.
What did you? Is there anything that you connected with when you were like trying to get into that character that you remember?
Yeah, I think that the she's just this very supportive person, character. There was like a love kind of what was going on with that? I want to know from you, Amanda. What was the?
So you could see Sky and Victor's flashback in episode 6 as a child because they kind of grew up together in Zon, and so when Victor and when Victor and Jace made the Hex Gates and kind of had their lab, he tried to give opportunities to people in Zon like himself. So that was sort of our connecting. What he always was trying to live what he believed, his beliefs. And it's like, if you say we're going to help people, we're going to help people. We're going to bring Zonites in and give them opportunities that I never got, or that I barely got. And I think with her, when there was a bit of a like, she saw him, and Jace always kind of didn't really see him in season 1 for what he was, and that's one of his biggest regrets. But Sky was able to see Victor and for who he was, and she had a little crush on him.
I kind of remember that angle, but not in a like overt way or any kind of realistic way where that something was going to happen, right? It wasn't like that, right?
I think she had hoped that if they were able to work on her, like she had that book of ideas that he finally found after her death.
Oh God.
Yes, that I think her hope was that they would start working on that together, and maybe that would blossom into something.
Yeah. But not so much.
I know.
But Unfortunately, Victor was not in a place to receive that.
Right. The backstory is pretty much what comes through. In the writing. So I don't know if I had any more inside information other than what you're saying right now. I don't think so, but
that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been such a long dang old time.
All good. How many more questions can you take?
Oh my gosh, I was supposed to leave here at 11:10, but anyway, okay.
No worries.
How about let's do one more?
One more? You got it. Okay. What do you think, babe? That one or this one? They're both good.
Both. Go for the Hydra one.
Hydra one? Yeah, so I thought. Okay, this one comes from Hydra 18. What was your favorite line to record?
Oh gosh, that question, because I really am not going to remember the lines. I'd have to like rewatch my episodes, but she doesn't really have that many lines, right? Not really. She's more like a presence.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think. I don't know. I wish I could remember.
In this season, you are sort of, because you died so we got to watch both the episode, or the episode where you died again.
Yes. Oh.
But you were, in this episode 8, like, and in this second season, the hex core absorbed you. So there's kind of is there a part of your character in the hex core that is manifesting, or are you just Victor's, sort of subconscious manifest? Or, we always talked about her as sort of the last fleck of his humanity. Sky, what became Victor's, the expression of his humanity. And so, this whole episode with you was that.
I know, and I like how you said that. Like, there goes his humanity. Like, it's yeah, literally. Yeah. So I don't know. God, I wish. Amanda, you wrote the lines. What's your what was my favorite line that I said that you wrote?
What was your I think so. Sky always got to be the person who was giving him kind of like the warnings, but also I loved Sky the most when she and Victor got to be vibing about the science, because I used to be a scientist. Everybody used to I studied genetics in college and worked in a genetics lab.
Wow.
So, getting to see Victor be happy again, like vibing on the science with the anomaly in episode 6. That was, and like kind of reminding as like, again, a callback to what he used to have with Jace at the beginning. I think that was sort of him putting that relationship he had with Jace into the Sky character. So that, that to me was the kind of like the most fun, best part of Sky to write.
Wow. That's so deep. God, I love hearing all this insight. And then, yeah, it's just really cool. So sorry that I have to run.
No worries.
I really am.
We've loved having you, Kimberly. Thanks for hanging out.
For inviting me. That was really fun. I can't wait to I don't know.
Thank you so much.
I got to catch up. I'm
amazing job.
Behind, but thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you, Kimberly. Thanks for dropping by.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Thanks so much. Bye.
Meet our character in Steven.
Yeah, she's looking forward to meeting her character in Steven Universe. She hasn't gotten to that point yet. But
who does she play, or you don't want to spoil it?
I can't spoil it. Cover your ears.
Okay.
She plays a character named Jasper.
Did you hear it? Okay. 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 Well, while we have the tech rearranging the windows in the background, shout out to Andrew. Look at my hair. Where'd I go? Hi. Okay, chat for you guys in the live. You guys go ahead and type in some questions for Amanda and Katy specifically, and or me and Moscow actually too, if you have any questions for us. But I mean, you guys talk to us all the time, so definitely take advantage of these lovely ladies.
Episode 9 spoilers and
yes,
please.
Oh yeah, minus spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
I know it's tempting.
It is very tempting. So you guys, while you do that, now Amanda, if there was anything else you wanted to chat about for like episode 7, anything else you wanted to discuss about episode 8, any particular parts about episode 8, feel free.
Feel free to go into detail, Amanda.
I've got a question. Amanda, how much fighting did you guys have to do you think, to incorporate as much of that as you did?
As much of what?
Much of what?
The sex scene between Caitlin and Vi.
I wouldn't. So again, like I said, I was very empowered and supported by the team at Fortiche, at Riot, the creative team at Arcane, to kind of tell that story. They trusted me. They looked to me to help tell that story. But I would say that there was a lot of drum banging. So like I was always the one being like, remember, we can't forget this. Remember, this has to happen. Remember, and you told me this was going to be the OTP of the series, and I promised to help you with that. And if that's true, then we have to earn this scene. And this is how we're going to do that. And this scene has to be better than the Mel J sex scene. I'm just reminding you because you guys told me this would be the OTP couple of the series.
I love that. Oh, I love it. So
but again, every time I would bang the drum, they'd be like, "Yes, Amanda. Yes, of course we're gonna do that."
Good. Oh, well, that's nice. So it was really supported then, very much supported.
It was really fun, Amanda, sitting between you and Alex during the screening and hearing you kind of like support each other and also bicker and like, rile each other up. Like with the sex scene, I think he was like, "Oh, you got what you wanted," type thing, and it was fun. Like him and Christian are so wonderful and such incredible allies too. So the fact
and Alex. So no one is a bigger enabler of me than Alex Yee. He's we became very, very good friends working on this show. He's very near and dear to my heart right now. We now play D&D together. We've played a campaign together for years. He's just like a really, really, really dear person to me. You know, and it's great to get to celebrate things like that, you know? So again, the line that Caitlin says that kind of encompasses her whole arc, you know, like hating you, I hated myself. You know, Alex wrote that line and I just get to go over and hug him and be like, I love you, bro, you did it. You know, and again, like I think that was the reason, another reason that, you know, the show has been resonating with people is because it resonated with us, both of us, and you know, we just loved it so much.
Oh, that's awesome. No. All right. Well, we've got a couple for both of you. Let's get some of these started, shall we? Let me erase some of these, just because now that it automatically stars certain messages, so now some of them are getting like lost. Well, we could start up here actually.
Yeah, and maybe it like right at the end we should do a speed date version. Like we'll answer questions and then I'll just read and I'll just answer questions really fast.
Hey, if you guys want, you guys can see the live chat. So if you guys want, like at the end, just select the comments. Do you see that little comment bar at the top right next to the private?
Yeah.
That's the live chat. So if you guys want to do like a speed round and just pick whatever you want, I'm sure they would love that.
Yeah, so we'll do a version of that at the end, like speed dating.
All right, we got this.
Speed dating Q&A.
Okay, this one we'll start with this one. This is from Hales Caballero. How did King Princess become the singer for the cell scene?
Because Christian Link loves me very much.
I love that.
He always knows what we're trying to do. He always knew what we're trying to do with that story. And you know, it was important to him to get a queer artist to do that queer scene for us. And you know, he sent it to me when it was done as kind of like, hey, look what I did for you. Do you like it? And I was like, fuck yes, I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's how I knew. And you were like, oh, my favorite song is from King Princess, but it's not in the episode. I was like, blink once if it's in episode 8. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, that's really neat. It's really nice that you had that support behind the scenes, you know, because there's so many, we hear so many horror stories from these other show creators where it's the opposite, you know, it's like even the tiniest hint of gay, the studio comes crashing down on them like, no, take it out. Like, yeah.
Yes, I've experienced that a lot in my career. So, you know, it's been very nice that like, you know, early on in my career, and now that I've found people that I like love to work with that are, you know, I mentioned this last time, but like being able to respect someone else's differences is the key to good writing. Because I think what makes writing good is not agreeing on everything. It's actually the opposite. It's disagreeing and being able to find common ground through those differences that is able, you know, and I think the people that I've found that I've worked with now, you know, like on Severance, again, they were very supportive of the Bert Irving storyline that I wanted to do. I was like, let's do a high school romance with 2 elderly men who don't know anything about homophobia. And they were like, great, we love it. And so again, like the people that I have been working with, you know, recently for the last 6 years of my career have been really supportive and really, you know, fighting the good fight to get that out there. And sometimes it is a fight, you know, and I just feel really grateful that with Arcane it was not.
Oh, that's really cool. That is really, really cool. Okay, let's see. We'll go back and forth. So Katy comes from Salim. I apologize if I butcher your names. Katy, how do you interpret Maddie seeing Kate and Vi together? Like, what do you think she's feeling?
It's a stake to the heart.
Really?
Devastated.
Yeah, just really.
We've all been there. We've all been Maddie in that situation. We know what that feels like. You know, it doesn't.
Damn.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I felt sad. I felt sad for her. I wanted just to wrap her up in a warm blanket and like,
poor little
tussle
baby.
her little ginger mop.
I love that.
You know, she's using that with me now. Going,
no, I won't do that.
You know, I think, you know, when I mentioned last week that she was the angel on Caitlin's shoulder and Ambessa was the devil on Caitlin's shoulder. But you also saw in episode 6 that, you know, Ambessa said she was, Vi's absence provided, a void that she was able to fill. That was Maddie all along, and we knew that. But we had but that part of being like a good sort of infiltrator is like almost convincing yourself of the lie. I always say the best liars are those that can lie to themselves.
Ooh,
so
yeah, that's just good.
So I think that was part of what we found Maddie's role to be in this season.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, interesting. I will say that episode was great. Like, other than the complete heartbreak at the end of it, like the Vi and Kate interactions in that one, I was like, oh, we're so back. I was like, we're so back. I was like,
and actually, there was such an amazing reaction to all those moments in the theater. There was such a the drama of all those moments definitely got a big reaction, and that was really fun.
That's gotta be so cool to be in a sea of fans and just feeling all of that energy coming off of them, huh?
It was. I mean, I can't even imagine how Amanda's feeling. It was the wildest thing I've ever experienced, and it was like we were all so in sync, and we were all just in. It was just pure togetherness and just experiencing in the collective, and it was just. It's like kind of a spiritual experience, actually. Do you know what I mean by that? Like it was, it was profound.
I will say this, just from a storytelling perspective, from a creator perspective, that getting to be in a theater with, I don't know, I guess 4,000 people or something, where the biggest, most exuberant, loudest cheers are when two women get together and like have an intimate sex scene. It doesn't just feel good, you guys. It actually helps us be able to tell those stories more, because the executive producers were there, like creators were there, agents are there, managers. Like, if people who are responsible for making this content, who pay for this content to be made, see people react like that and feel like, and it's kind of like the more we can have our voices collectively be heard in one place, which is why having subscribers to your channel is important, Elijah, because the more you can say there's an audience for this, they want this, it can bring, the more we can start getting those stories told. So to me, getting to see that, like, and talking to the head of the company after the head of Riot afterwards, and him saying like, the biggest reaction, I'm like, yeah, man, like that just means, we can tell more stories like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
And that representation is so important for all the younger people growing up. Like, because like when I was younger, queer media just didn't exist. Yeah. Like, it just didn't exist. So, I'm thinking about all the kids nowadays that are growing up, they're actually getting to see stuff like, maybe not Arcane, but teenagers getting to see things like Arcane,
like Owl House.
Getting to see that representation is so important, and being able to find themselves and work out who they are and what they like,
Because I always said too, if I was like younger and I had seen some of these shows, I hope I would have figured myself out sooner and maybe wouldn't have had to, had the shitty experience that I did with it, And it's just so important. So that's got to be amazing to see that. But I'm glad, because it's exactly like you say. I'm so tired of hearing all these executives, who think they understand what the audience wants and they don't, and they want to say, oh, this stuff doesn't sell. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It like does. Queer romances are very popular. They want to be seen. People want to see them. They want to, experience them and enjoy them and, keep them alive and have
celebrating them.
And do it well. So it's just so cool that you got to.
And what I'll add to that as well. I mean, I know Amanda's, reiterated she had an amazing experience with Riot and they were all on board, but that's not always going to be the case. And Amanda's leading the fight for this. And one way that we can help her is to rally around her and support her and follow her online, because in order for Amanda to then pioneer to get the stuff done, she needs that following behind her, because they look at, unfortunately they look at numbers, they look at social numbers, they look at, the impact that you're having. That's why doing live streams like this is really amazing, because it gives all of us, but it gives Amanda an opportunity to connect with her audience. And so she can then move forward with that audience supporting her to get all kinds of amazing things made that we all, as fans of hers, want her to get made for us, selfishly.
Yeah, exactly, because the last live stream you guys all did got stupid amounts of views. Like, it really did very well.
Our last live stream has like 90-something thousand views.
Wild.
Guys. Like, it did well. How was your Instagram after that? Did you get a little jump in followers?
A little boost.
I am this is where I was bad at, like, I had such a big deadline this week with work, you guys, on 2 of the other projects that I'm working on right now that I have not been able to tap into Instagram. But I'm planning, like, I have Thanksgiving week. I have some time in December. I have several weeks in December where I'm going to be able to, like, engage more on those platforms and answer people's questions and send more photos and things and videos and chat with you guys. So, again, please, I know following helps make more stuff get made, and I'm gonna, try and engage with you more for that reason. And I want to talk about for people who are aspiring writers out there. I've been mentoring young writers for a while now in the industry, and I'd love to start talking about that more with people to just, because it is the kind of thing that, like, I wouldn't be where I am without the mentors that I had, kind of lifting me up and teaching me what they know and getting me jobs and stuff. And, like, so that's the kind of thing our community also has to do, is we have to help each other learn these things and help each other rise up.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, and again, guys, if you want to check out her Instagram, it's in the description below, as well as Katy's as well. Please give them a follow. Like, definitely, if you want to see more of Amanda's amazing writing, like, please go down and subscribe or follow, and just, that's all you got to do, just support. Just check out her stuff, like her stuff, tune into anytime she posts something or asks anything, and engage. Yeah, who knows, you might get your question answered directly, so why not? Worth it. Yeah, that's fair though. I hope it continues to grow for you. I really do. And hey, if you ever want to keep coming on here to pull more people to it, let me know. We'll do Arcane stuff all day. Okay, awesome. Here is one from Ships in the Night. Are there deleted scenes that didn't make the cut?
There are, there are so many deleted scenes. There are so many scenes that were written, but never produced. There are no scenes that were produced that did not make the show. So anyone who wants to see a fun deleted scene from the show, that didn't happen because it takes so much to produce a scene that we really had to make the decisions in the writing phase about what was going to make it in the show or not. So yeah, I mean, I wrote dozens of versions of things that are not in the show. Yeah. I think one of the ones I've talked about before is kind of Victor's backstory about how he sort of his parents got him an academy uniform for his birthday one year, and then he impersonated a student. He broke in and then was doing better than the students there, and then sort of caught Heimerdinger's attention, and that's how he became Heimerdinger's assistant. So that, again, now that's not actually canon. That's just our headcanon because it was something we talked about that we decided not to put in the show. But there's just so many things like that we, they're not canon. They're not in the show now because we didn't make that choice to show those scenes. But, I think that's kind of the best thing about this show is it inspires so many people to kind of come up with their own takes, their own scenes, their own stories. From this world and from these characters.
Fair. Well, that's cool. I like that Victor one though.
Yeah,
that's
cute. I like that. I like that.
You want to pick the next one?
Yeah, okay. What have we got? We've got
take it for a spin.
Do you know what? I actually kind of like this question because so you just click it, yeah? Okay.
Click it, boom.
So in 1NDI4.
Did we lose them?
They are frozen.
They're frozen.
Do you think it's just us and a bunch?
Do you think we're the ones frozen, or maybe people in the chat can tell us who's frozen or not?
Have we slept into an alternate reality? Amanda, it's just us.
The anomaly has engulfed us, exactly. And now we are in a parallel alternate universe.
Guys, are you there?
Oh, we're breaking up.
Yeah, sorry.
Apparently
everyone could hear us, Katy. Our ramblings went through no problem.
Oh, good.
But they're a little frozen, and they're gone again.
Oh well, we can just tell them that we revealed all the spoilers for the final episode while they were
while they were
frozen exactly in another dimension. What was the question they'd even pulled up that you were gonna? What
Vi's taste in music?
What do you think?
So I think that I think Christian is the only person who can truly answer that question. And I think that he did by all the song choices that he chose for her big scenes. So
yes.
But I don't know, like I'm just telling, I think there's like a soft side to Vi that we didn't get to show much in the show. I mean, you did in little moments and with like all the touches and stuff, and you know, like I think there's like a vulnerability there that's like really powerful. And that's like one of the lines that I wrote in episode 7 was like, oh, that Vi wasn't strong because she wasn't afraid. It was actually her fear that made her strong, you know, and like because
I love
that to me kind of, you know, I think people tend to think strong is one way, but I think strong is so many different ways. And like that's kind of the beauty of exploring strong women, is we just have only seen kind of like one version of strong for so long, that getting to dive into the many different layers of strong. And I personally think that like people who are vulnerable and can, you know, overcome that, work through that, like who can even show that, like sometimes even just showing your vulnerability to someone else takes tremendous strength.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's cute. That's a beautiful way of looking at it.
Yeah, I like that. All right, let's get one for Katy. Let's see here. We'll do this one for Katy, and then I'm kind of curious about that one. See if we can that one. Okay, from Maddie, actually, ironically. I'm curious.
Maddie?
What was what the voice acting process is like? Did you have any visuals, animation visuals, or just a script when you record?
Is this specifically for this project? What was the voice acting process? It was a beautiful, organic journey spanning years. This was a very unique journey for voiceover, because the audition process, I think I mentioned in the previous stream that I think Amanda had originally kind of had me in mind for the character, and then I, you know, went through the audition process. It was almost like a workshop, because there was a couple of scenes that they were sort of testing out material. There was a couple of scenes that were written specifically for the audition process, and I was in the audition. I think I did a couple of auditions actually. It was quite a rigorous, kind of thorough process, but there was just a lot of time to play and explore and find nuance within the piece. That is not normally the case for voiceover. You know, normally you just kind of like send an audition in, and actually, to be honest, especially having worked on open world games, which I love dearly, but there's a lot of dialogue, hundreds and hundreds of lines. And when you go in, sometimes it's a cold read. You're just seeing the lines for the first time, and you just have to spit them out, and they either sound good or they don't. And sometimes they don't, and they're in the game. This was just a very sort of meticulous and sort of filmic process that was handled with a lot of care. And then it felt like a true collaboration, because I know that the animators used my images and sort of video capture and things to then inform the character. So it felt like, you know, it felt collaborative, and that we were sort of building this person together. And so when I see the final, you know, when I see the outcome of that in the scenes with Maddie, and I feel such a sense of pride. Like I really do. I feel like, wow, like it feels like a true collaboration. I couldn't be prouder too.
That's really cool.
I think that's also one of the skills of the Arcane creative team in general. And again, Christian Link is one of his greatest like strengths as the leader of his team, is like he makes everything a collaboration, and he brings out the best in everyone. So, you know, I tell people that like it's such a rare gift when a writer gets to tell people like, oh, the script of this show was actually the worst thing of the show, because, you know, you write something obviously that you love, but now like then the actors get to add their performance to that. Then the storyboard artists get to add their interpretation. The directors add something else. The animators add, again, more to that. The background artists, like everybody on this team, and again, and finally in the music space, leveled up everyone else's work, so that, you know, by the time you get to this end epic thing, you know, which is the thing that everyone sees, you know, no one ever reads the script, so everyone just sees the show. That is what you're, you know, sort of like the greatest gift of Arcane was for me as a writer, was getting to say the end product is so much more than I ever could have possibly imagined. And so much more emotional and moving than I ever could have possibly imagined because of what everyone else also added to the process.
Yeah, I had when I saw my first opening scene with Maddie, I had tears in my eyes looking at it because it was just so beautiful, and I couldn't believe something that I just provided my performance for this. I couldn't believe how elevated it had become in all the different components, and how it was just exceeded all ideas that I had for what that could become.
It's awesome.
It was really amazing. And I said, I did say like in voiceover, but actually even on camera too, like this, like Arcane, working on Arcane has been unique to anything else that I've ever worked on.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I know something that Mick Heimerdinger, aka Catboy, as I call him, said.
Boy.
I call him Catboy. I'm so obsessed.
I call him a hamster.
A hamster?
He looks like a hamster to me. I don't know why.
I think he's a cat. Wait, am I delusional?
No. I just love the different
ballads.
Yeah,
hamster cat. Yeah.
But he did say when I was chatting to him, in the before the event yesterday, he said, that he feels that for him, he's at this illustrious career, and that Arcane feels like the crown jewel of his career. He said this is the most special thing I think I might ever work on, and I think everyone who's worked on, all departments, all of the cast, all the team feel the same way. It feels like this lightning in a bottle, once in a lifetime magic, and it's just incredible.
So cool. It is.
Incredible.
I mean, even watching it as a viewer, it's one of those shows that it's on the top tier for sure.
Yeah.
Like never to be forgotten. The bar has been set a lot higher now because of you guys. So it's just like any other show that just doesn't. We're like,
because I think this was one of the first shows to break the game curse as well, where no good game adaptation had really existed in it. And it was like Arcane dropped it. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is how you do it."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden,
we were very, very motivated in the room, in the early stages of the room, because all of us love video games. Like, we're just obsessed with video games, and we just wanted to do something good for other people who love video games.
That's cool.
Yeah,
but I love that.
It came through.
Yeah,
100%.
Did great. Okay. We did that one. Okay, this is from Natalie. Aside from the parallel to their meeting, what was the significance of Caitlin and Vi's first time happening the way that it did? I'm assuming in the South.
Well, I like to say that it was, again, I mentioned this before, but we're always asking ourselves, like, we love parallels so much and like the kind of mirroring and stuff. And every time we asked ourselves, is this poetic or redundant? We always say, no, it's poetic. So we just go, is it ever redundant? Not for us. So that's why you'll see so much parallels and mirroring throughout the series. But for me personally, it was a moment to be like, oh, we can actually kind of reclaim this trauma for Vi. We can help her heal in a lot of ways, which I think that was for us something that Vi's arc really did for her. Like I've mentioned that we wanted Vi to be able to ask who she was if she had no one left to protect. And that meant Vi saying, what does Vi want? Instead of what does Vi do for other people? And sort of one way to do that was getting to sort of process that trauma and reclaim it for herself and work through it, and now be able to move forward from it in a healthier, happy way.
Oh, that's great.
That's
I love
great.
that.
Yeah, cool.
That's really, really cool. All right. This one comes from Crystal Huntress. That's pretty cool. Did you guys create a backstory for Isha?
We have, again, so many thoughts. Like, there's so many sort of characters in this season that had so much more in our minds and in our heads than showed up on screen. But I think that's kind of the lovely part of this, is like, there's two things you can do. You can be like, you can watch again and again, you can pick up on the subtle details and all the layering, and you kind of figure like, oh, maybe Isha was one of those orphans similar to Echo's, orphans in the tree that found Jinx instead of Echo's people, and I think kind of really looking at the different layers of this and going back and like talking to people online about this, you can feel like, oh, there's actually a lot of her backstory in the show, you know, that you layered in there that if you look closely enough, you can see. And then, but then there's also the space for the audience to build that for themselves.
Right.
So again, that's like another flattering thing for a writer, is that if you create characters that lives beyond the show in the minds and lives of the audience, who want to create their own moments for them or who discuss them ad nauseum, like that's just like, oh, that means I've done my job well, because I've given you enough to feel like a character is a believable person you can connect with, but then also left you wanting more. And I think that's something that a writer, you always have to do a little bit of, is you have to leave the audience wanting more, so that they can create that for themselves.
Nice. No, I like that. That's cool.
We want more, Amanda.
I know, little baby.
Everybody wants more for Arcane season 2. Which again, the whole team is very flattered by that.
Yeah, I have a cousin. She's like, she since she knows that these last 3 episodes are the last 3 episodes, she's like, it's like I want to watch it, but I don't, because then it's over. She's like, I might watch the first 2 and then just never watch the finale, because then it never ended. I was like, wow. Do you want to pick the next one?
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking, I was like, maybe I shouldn't record my last reaction, because that's a very good point.
Yeah, we'll just never record our final reaction.
Never
and it's never over.
Yeah, it's never over.
Oh man, we're getting so many questions.
Yeah, we're getting a few. Will we go with one of these ones?
Whichever
one. We'll do one more, and then we'll do the speed dating and try and get through 10 in a row or something.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Let's see. What about
what you feeling?
What about see, I can't read as fast as you can.
I'm sorry.
That's
Which
okay,
one? You want that one?
That one?
Okay. Drum Master General Star Striper says, Amanda, the betrayal blew me away. Oh, that's not a question, baby.
Oh, see, this is because I can't read. I'm so sorry. I'm dyslexic, so
take away
as it's happening. I'll let her pick them.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we talked enough about that.
Yeah,
a lot of the questions are about the same scene, so we're trying to give you variety.
That scene in particular.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I would like to know this as well. Wise for werewolf. As someone who plays D&D, do you prefer to be a player or DM? And then did anything from one of your games inspire anything in the show? Oh, that's a great question.
That's a great question.
That is a great, yes. So I played D&D for years as a little night elf assassin rogue, and which was like so chaotic neutral, so far from my lawful good character that I actually am.
I love that.
So that was very fun to kind of I think that's kind of one of the beauties about D&D too, is you actually get to step outside yourself for a while and pretend to be someone that you're not. And then I started being a dungeon master, and honestly that to me it was my favorite part, and is my favorite part, because you know I get really into it, and you know who do I play with? I play with Alex. I play with my friend Suzanne, who's also a TV writer. You know, I play with our friend Michael, who is been playing this for D&D for like decades, and my best friend Sarah, who's a TV editor. And they, you know, it's just people who all are storytellers and love telling stories. And like we literally craft episodes of our D&D as if they're television episodes.
Yeah,
and that to me is so fun. But then I like set up conditions which I know will spark, you know, conflict and drama. And then the beauty for me for being the DM is I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Mm-hmm. And so many things that I, you know, think might happen or what, like it just always spirals off into something I never expect. Which is magical for me, because it's like watching an episode of television that you don't know the ending, but you wrote it, and that never happens to me. So
that's so cool.
That's so cool. Yeah.
We're dabbling in the D&D stuff as well. She's thinking of being the DM for our next campaign. So I just thought that was really cool. So
I've never played, Amanda. You need to have me at one of
you. We gotta get Katy into it.
Where I've debated whether I actually have the attention span to do it, but I like the idea of like stepping in. So if you kind of were playing a sort of chaotic neutral, maybe I would play a lawful good. Yeah, maybe
I would definitely agree that you are chaotic neutral.
As a person, yes.
As a person.
Yes.
That's great. I have a t-shirt that says chaotic neutral might save your life or might steal your wife on it.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yes, yeah, that was exactly what my assassin rogue character did.
All the time. That's my current character. She's a rogue as well, chaotic neutral, and she's fun. Yeah, she's part cat too, so that's another thing. The other part of that question was, did anything of any of your games ever play? Like, were you able to, like, did it inspire anything in the show?
That would be funny if it was in this show. I think, when did we start playing that campaign? We were playing like Lost Mines of Vandelver or whatever that is for like 4 years. It felt like we were in the cave for so long, you guys, by the time it's my fault because like I made so much more stuff happen than was in the campaign, and then like I rewrote the entire like spider villain to be like this villainess who like had like was and like woven all these webs with the town, and then and then by the time they got there they lost. They did not win.
Oh dang.
And so I instead kidnapped Alex's character and made him gave him like a bargain to betray the characters later in the campaign. And so then he just recently betrayed them. We've now been in Waterdeep for what feels like a century. And he recently just sold them out to like made good on that bargain with her. But now, sort of like it was the only way to escape that scenario that what they were in. And so, was he doing it for good or for evil? We don't know yet. We'll see. It's kind of up to him. I was like, these characters are going to murder you, Alex. At some point, he was like, that would be great. That would be my greatest life joy.
What an honor. That's amazing.
Yes, but I not specifically has anything, from a D&D game made it into Arcane.
Interesting. D&D is so fun though.
Yeah. Maybe just Alex and I's bickering and passion.
All right. Well, that was a great answer, by the way. I was curious myself. Now we will do the fast dating, speed dating questions. If you guys would like, you can select that comment section and have at it. These are coming in live, and we could do these for as long as you guys want.
Yeah, advice to anybody typing one: keep it short and sweet because it's probably going to go quite fast.
Yeah,
I know. It's like I'm already okay. Katie, what advice would you give aspiring voice actors? You have 10 seconds to respond.
Focus and dedicate yourself to the craft of acting. Voice acting isn't just standing in front of a mic and doing silly voices. You have to understand the craft, and so that would be my advice.
Excellent answer. Amanda, your time's up.
My time's up. Oh my God. Amanda, are you involved in any future league projects since you're so close to Alex? I can't talk about that, but that is a mystery for the future. Maybe we'll see where that goes.
She's good at secrets.
I'm very good at secrets.
I love Amanda's getting so stressed about this. It's
Amanda,
hilarious.
what would Kate be up to in a world without Vi? Oh God, she'd be like in Bess's number 2 or something. We don't want that world to exist.
No, thank
you. Question for Katie and Amanda. We get a taste of this in episode 7, but if the conflict between Zahn and Piltover never existed, what would life be like for characters like Maddie, Kate, Vi? Well, we showed you what happened to Vi. She doesn't exist in a world like that, sadly. But then, yes, like Kate and Maddie, I think Kate would have continued to struggle to be an enforcer. Who knows, would she have risen to be sheriff or not? Or would she have eventually succumbed to her mother's pressure to take over the Kieran lineage as a counselor? I think we got to answer the interesting version of that in our show. Question.
That question got answered.
Oh, Kate, someone's noticing, Katie, that you played Kate in Fallout.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Katie, has your accent ever been a blockade for voiceover work?
Oh.
No, it has not. I think I'm, it hasn't, but love me bringing some Scottish to the table. Any excuse. I want to bring as many Scottish characters to as many projects as possible because.
But also, Katy is incredibly good and very well trained at other accents. Like she has an ear for it, like I've never heard. So like she can do. She's like, what about this kind of American accent? And what about this kind of American? And I was like, I don't even know the difference that you're talking about. And like, she's so well practiced in that.
Oh, thanks, Amanda.
Cool.
Oh, here's a good one. Will AU Powder start working on the hex crystals? As we saw, we still had them in the episode 7 ending. That was a tease for could hex tech exist in that world? Yes, if Powder invents it, it could.
Figured that. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Hex Tech and Novi.
Great.
Everyone wants to know about what's coming up next for the projects at everyone wants to know what's happening after Arcane. I think there's a lot of things in development, like they've announced, they're working on future stories in this in the League Runeterra universe. And I think that people are very excited about the potential for other characters. But like as you saw, I don't want to say like anything much about episode 9 since you haven't seen it yet. But I think it's an end, but ends are always beginnings in some ways. So
okay. Sometimes you have to leave some stuff behind.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Was that yours? Was that your line?
That was me.
Yeah. Trying to learn your style, actually, because of Arcane. It's interesting.
So let's see. Oh, someone's talking about D&D.
I love it. D&D's great. You need to get into it, Katy. You'd have fun.
I know. I think I might have fun. Actually, I think I would enjoy, or just like observing it. I like to be a fly on the wall in these situations.
Have you watched Critical Role? Because they're a bunch of voice actors that do.
I know they are, and I know some of those guys, and I have not really watched it. Like my idea of
clips.
Yeah, I've watched little clips. My idea of what, like when I first met Amanda, I was like, is it just a bunch of people in anoraks like sitting in a basement? And she was like, what? And I was like, I think my idea of what it is. And then I was like, oh no, this is actually a cool, way to involve yourself in storytelling, And so for me, it's, I'm very interested. Maybe I'll come along to one of yours, and maybe we can live stream one of them, Amanda. I'll get involved in one of yours. That would be a good plan.
Our campaigns are a hot mess, everybody. Like nothing I think
but that's
happens
fun.
ever happens.
That's fun to watch.
All right, here's a good one. Was Heimerdinger always going to sacrifice himself to get Echo home? I think that was never the plan. That wasn't his plan. He was using his ult there to like his little boost, his ult to give him the boost. And when it sort of didn't go according to plan, he made a snap decision to do what was needed to be done. And that, and I think he knew what he was doing in the moment he did it.
Yeah. Sad face.
Yeah. Rip.
I can't even cope with that. I'm devastated.
You guys, this is what I love about like a world of magic. Like everyone's end, is again could be a different beginning.
Sure.
We don't know.
Good point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true.
People want to know if that's Vi's first time. I think my headcanon says one thing, but I think other people can interpret that scene for what it was.
That wasn't her first time.
Hey,
not with those moves.
Hey, some people could be really good their first time. You don't know.
No, I do know. No.
Oh God!
I freaking love Katy, dude. Great. You too, Amanda, of course.
Yeah. Oh, now we're back on the D. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. Everyone ask your questions. I'm going to the end right now.
Fast. Goes by fast.
Oh, I just clicked the button. New comments. Can I elaborate on how Zahn flourished in the alternate timeline?
10 seconds. Go.
So I think I'll just say very quickly that the key to unlocking that was Silco being able to tell Echo, like the greatest thing in life is being able to forgive. And so I think sort of the tragedy of Vi's loss made people re-examine their lives. And, I think we set that letter up in episode 5. If he had just found that letter, everything would have been different. And so that, kind of informed that for us, that now they could mend their fences, which would mend, all the fences between topside and bottom. And, then like the Grayson, it's kind of like they were able to actually realize on and come together topside and bottom in the wake of that tragedy. Is how we imagine that. And then there was kind of no hex tech. Silco mentions in season 1 is like the topsiders are leaving us further and further behind. Well, without hex tech, kind of accelerating that, wealth gap, it didn't exist. So they were able to overcome their differences and come together as opposed to being driven apart.
I loved how the bridge became like a proper bridge between them, with the marketplaces spread and them flowing freely. I was
so nice,
so bittersweet to see.
Yeah, and I think Fortiche really just like knocked that out of the park. The visuals and music in that sequence that tell you that, and like Echo's reaction to it, like even like he says so much with the subtext of his acting in that scene that you're just like, oh wow, like that's the story I always wanted to tell for Echo. And they can do it with brightly colored visuals and reaction shots.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so freaking good. You know what? I have a question, and if it's like a spoily thing, then it's fine. Like without saying which ones or anything, just like I know that you guys in Fortiche and stuff are doing other series with other characters, but are there plans to like have little cameos or bring back like some of the characters from here so that give audience that moment of look at like quick little is that like in the thoughts, or is it just like all new, just leave it be?
All of that is it's
Indeed.
The mystery for now.
Yes, I know the answer because about like 2 shots in, I heard someone talking about it at the after party, but I'll never tell.
All right, fair enough. All right, then cool. So it's just a little like
I just wonder if like League of Legends is one day going to become like MCU.
Yeah, like the Marvel universe, and just one Infinity.
Who doesn't want to be the MCU?
Do it better.
Who doesn't want to be the MCU?
Amanda, someone's got a question because they know you're a Mass Effect fan. They said as a fellow Mass Effect fan, they've noticed a few similarities, like the hex gates and / mass relays and Caitlin becoming a commander. Are these intentional, and if so, are there more of these? Like how influential was your love for Mass Effect, for then writing on a project like this?
I think one of the things that I tell people about, like, so I actually explain being a writer in video game terms to everybody. So like I say that like there's the gathering phase of writing, and then there's the go phase of writing. So like, for example, The Last of Us, again, one of my favorite games I've played a million times. You fight, you do the zombies, you and then everything's calm, and then you go around and you collect things and you craft things and you gather, and you're like, and then you move on to the next section of the game, and then it's really intense, so it's go, and you don't have time to think, and you're just using what you got, and blah, blah, blah. And then there's the calm, and there's the gathering. And so I actually explain writing the same way. I was like, oh, writers also have gathering phases too, where I'm like watching things. I'm listening to podcasts. I actually prefer like lectures on tape. So I listen to a lot of there's like this thing called the Great Courses where you can listen to college professors like give their college lecture. So I listen to a ton of college lectures about like, the Roman Empire or ancient Greek culture. And then, I was playing the Assassin's Creed at the time that was like the set in the Greek world, and just gather, like I call it gathering because I'm like just learning. I'm just like following what I love and kind of like figuring out what it is. And then when you're creating, the things that you've gathered that have like seeped into your core and become who you are and what you like and how you feel about the world, those come out in your projects. So that like passion comes out of you into what you write. And so I think that's kind of like it's not like a one-to-one, like I did this and there it's that. It's like, you know, I've played Mass Effect as every character you can possibly play the entire way through because, you know, that world spoke to me so much, and then that became a part of me and what and then that, you know, inevitably when you're writing something comes out in other things.
Yeah. Very cool. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, really it makes sense. It's like kind of all gets collected, and then you just kind of like make a little, use the little influence and stuff. That's cool. A little sprinkle. Yeah, a little sprinkle. I'm seeing a lot of similar questions of, I guess this would maybe be a headcanon. I don't know if you could even claim like if it's a canon thing. Like, did Vi and Kate ever talk about how close they were in that break-in when they were younger? Like, did they ever find out, oh my God, that was you?
Well, I think sort of, I can't actually talk about this without revealing the end of the series to you.
Don't do it.
Because I think they never had time to talk about that before, because there was everything that it was like, I think the amount of hours they actually knew each other and what they were dealing with did not allow them that time or space. So, you know, I hope there is a future for them where they now have time and space to talk about all things.
Okay, cool. I will say this, very accurate, by the way. We were actually laughing and joking about that, like how accurately sapphic. I'm like, they just met last week. Look how dramatic these bitches are. I was like, salad. Anyway, sorry. I don't know if you still if you're still doing the speed dating, if there was any more you wanted to grab.
Oh yeah, is there more? There's so many questions. I'm so behind.
Many.
Let's have a look here.
There's so many.
So question for Katie and Amanda: if you could have expanded your talents into other parts of the creative process, like being an animator or a composer for a day, what would you like to do?
That's a cool one.
I would definitely be a writer. I would definitely be a writer, for sure. I would have absolutely loved to. Yeah, inspired by Amanda.
I think so. I actually. Music is the thing I know least. I'm a little bit tone deaf. I failed miserably to play the trombone as a child, you know, like, but I think there's so much math and structure to music that it's just a thing I never learned. But I think what I resonate with is like that, the structure part of telling stories, you know, and yeah, I was always like super good at calculus and I could never explain why. It just made sense to my brain. So I feel like there is a part of music that would make sense to my brain. You know, it just, you know, that wasn't my path for other reasons, you know.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, solid.
What else?
Yeah, we got 3 more minutes to the 2-hour mark. So if you guys are ready to just do another couple, and then we can do a sign off. For now, who knows? Maybe we'll
actually. There's been a few questions about Heimerdinger's song, and I know speaking to Mick, he was nervous about. It was such a surprise. You know, do you have any?
All I can say is that we did script him playing a little tune, and then that's all I wrote. And then I saw that, and then 3 years later, I got to see the song with everybody else.
Aw, that's cute. Yeah.
All right. Anything else? You guys want to speed run for? Let's see.
There are so many questions, but I know, Amanda, that you mentioned that you're going to do more of this. Like, you're going to do some on your channel, and there's the potential for you, you know, creating some content around this so that you can.
Yeah, guys, if your question didn't get answered today, definitely follow Amanda on Instagram. The link is in the description. You can just click it, hit follow, put your notification on whenever she makes a post or she's live. She might do the Instagram live stuff. And, you know, when she gets a chance, she will be answering some questions on there. So definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think another thing that some people are asking about, you know, sexuality, gender identity, that kind of stuff in the show. And I think so sort of our guiding light for the show was like this legend of the world of Runeterra. There are so many different like intelligent creatures. You know, I think in our world, it's just humans. It's just humans. So everyone is always trying to, kind of divide us with our differences, unfortunately. But when the differences in Runeterra are, there's just so many different species that are intelligent, that and the power struggle it's it's not over man or woman or anything like that. It's like it's whether you're born with magic or not. So to us that meant there was a world where your gender expression, your sexuality was not as binary as it is in our world. It was not something that was either or. There wasn't a hierarchy there. And so that's why I think we got the freedom to, explore, who people are attracted to without that kind of bias, or how people express their gender without that kind of bias, kind of across all characters. And then, and just like the beauty of that much diversity in a world too, is that, there just like isn't a binary like there is in our world. There are some creatures who don't have just two genders. They have more genders, they have less genders, that, and I think kind of, again, getting to live in a world where we don't have to have labels, to define ourselves in that way. It was very freeing. And I know that labels are very important in our world for people and their identities. But getting to be free of that also means that you're free of those biases, and you get to celebrate people for their differences, which is something that I really love telling stories about, is being able to find a way to celebrate those differences, and how things that make us unique are the things that make us most beautiful. And I'm very proud of like just the array of diversity that you get to see across those things in our show.
Yeah,
I love
really
that.
Cool. Oh. Yeah, no, right, Katy? It's all of us were just like, oh,
yeah,
damn, that was such a good answer. Well said, totally.
And also to add to that, and that's reflected in the fan base too, like the diversity of the fan base, and how this project, this project brought you guys together as a couple. It brought Amanda and I together in our friendship. This project brings people together. It's it's magical.
It is. No, it really, really is. It's so nice though too. It's you can like breathe, there's no pressure. There's no, like you said, labels and stuff, just humanity. I'm a human being. I exist, and this is how I exist, period. I love that. It's so cool. So it's really nice to see that, in a show. And again, it's done well, because of course there's always like good concepts, but execution isn't always. Random fuzz just flew in my face. But it isn't always, sorry, my ADHD, I was like, oh, fuzz.
I saw it happen, and I saw you going like this with it too, and I was like, yeah, she's seen it, yeah.
Like a cat with a laser pointer. But sometimes it's not done well, but you guys did do it well, so that was really cool. But do you guys want to try one more, or are we good?
That's quite a nice note. That's quite a nice note to end on.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, we will do outros again, guys. If you want to check any of these guys out on their socials, highly recommend. Links are in the description. Also in the description are links to get any Arcane stuff signed by cast members. They will do their own live streams and sign those live for you guys. Links to that are also in the description. I will pass it over to Amanda if there's any last minute stuff you wanted to say, and then we'll pass it to Katy.
Just that I'm really hoping to kind of lean in more to the socials and the fandom and answer questions. The most wonderful thing about the holiday is having time off to spend with people you care about. And also I hope to the show means so much to me. How much people love it means so much to me, and I just really love that everyone's getting to share that together finally. So.
Awesome. How about you, Katy?
Just grateful for, I'm so grateful to connect with everyone over our love for this project, and please be nice to me.
You were having some fun on Twitter the other day.
I was having a love banner.
Neutral bear, everybody.
I know. But yeah, it's been hilarious. I had a good time on there. I'm having a good time chatting to everyone.
You asking for it, Katy.
Yeah, I know. I'm making myself a target. It's been wild. It's been a good laugh. I'm enjoying it.
Well, listen, it has been such a pleasure getting to have you guys on here, getting to chat and get to know you guys. Thank you for joining, by the way.
No, this was great. I feel like we fly on the wall being able to observe all this. This has been fantastic.
You too. You have a little outro.
Oh, you guys, some of you guys know where to find me already, but yeah, I go by WeeLassReacts. I've been doing reactions to Arcane as well. And yeah,
her channel is also in the description as well. You can find her. She's been reacting to Arcane. We're gonna go film our last one now. We'll let you guys know how the finale goes for us.
I can't wait for that text from you.
Really prepare yourself for give yourself plenty of time, self-care. I love you. And we will maybe we can answer some questions that truly spoiler-free discussion sometime in the coming weeks. That'd be great.
Hey, if you ever want to host something, we can maybe host something on your Instagram and do like an Instagram live over there. And
if somebody teaches me how to do that, I would love nothing more.
Valid, yeah. All right. Well, at least we have each other for this finale.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have fun. Enjoy your weekends.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much for your time.
Bye.
Bye, viewers.